Diamonds in the rough. NFL Draft Diamonds. Time to shine.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds, and today I have with me Aron Johnson. He's one of our top small school athletes. He's an offensive tackle out of South Dakota State. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing well.
Well, great. Nice to having you on. We also have with us Scott Phillips. He's the assistant scouting coordinator for the Hula Bowl. He would also like to ask you a couple questions as well. So, again, nice to have you on. I do want to just kind of get at least a brief summary of your career. So, you mind just kind of catching us up a little bit? Tell us maybe where you're from and how you got to, South Dakota State.
Yeah, I'm from just outside the Twin Cities originally. Just kind of like just on the outskirts of the suburbs. Came to South Dakota State as a walk-on. Earned a scholarship after 1 year. I did get to play a little bit. I redshirted. Then my redshirt freshman year, I played about 3 games. I started about 3 games, and then ever since 2019, I've been a starter. 2019, I played right tackle, and then this last year, and then this year, I've been playing left tackle.
Great. So, obviously, getting out to South Dakota State, uh, wonderful program. You guys did have done a lot of great things over these past several years. Probably one of the cool things was actually getting a chance to play in the championship game this past spring. You guys are always like in the running for like the top team in the FCS. So, again, a lot of great things going on there. Um, Tell me what makes South Dakota State so special to you.
I think it's a place where I've grown a lot as a person. I've met a lot of really great people. I think like the Coach Stig has done a good job of creating a good team culture. And yeah, that's kind of really what it's been for me. It's just been a place where I feel like I've really developed as a person and learned a lot both on the field and in the classroom.
It sounds like in the classroom has been great for you, Aaron. So you were telling us a little bit about in the event that you don't fulfill the dream and make it to the NFL, you've got a career path lined up. What's your plan if you don't make it to the league for what you want to do when you grow up?
Well, I'm like right now I'm in the doctorate pharmacy program here at SDSU. And so, hopefully the NFL works out. But if that doesn't, I just intend on completing that program and working as a pharmacist.
Yeah.
So pharmaceuticals, I guess that's kind of interesting. Um, Obviously, I reached out to you because, again, like I said, you're one of our top small schoolers. Tell me about you as an offensive tackle. Again, like you said, started on the right side in 2019 and then moved to the left side in 2020. What do you feel is like your best attribute as an NFL prospect?
I think I have like a lot of just the thing that people are looking for in terms of like height and weight, that kind of thing. But I think I'm a good athlete. I think I move well. I think I have good flexibility.
Okay. Um, do you have anything on your end, Scott?
Yeah, I'm actually curious. So, Aaron, who do you model your game after, man? Who's like NFL icon or someone who really taught you? What's if we were talking to you about who you are, who do you remind yourself of?
I really like Joe Staley back when he played. He's the guy that I kind of like to model, just a little bit undersized tackle. But
Mm-hmm.
Great. And like, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go for it.
Oh, it's okay. I was going to say, I know Staley was a little undersized. What about your games is similar?
uh, I think I think he did a good job of being able to just like get himself out of bad body positions and stuff like that, and kind of that ability to recover. And I think that's something that I'm good at. It's just something I kind of model myself after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. And obviously, looked at it as again, one of the better players, in all of the FCS. Do you feel like you're, one of the leaders there for your team? And kind of talk to me about, you as a leader of your program.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm the most vocal guy, but I do think I'm a guy that always, I take care of my business. I do what I'm supposed to do, and I do think I do a good job of building relationships with the younger guys, and just kind of helping them out.
Great. I mean, obviously a lot of great talent there, on that offensive line, on that team. I mean, I'll give you a funny question here. So, like, uh, if we had like the zombie apocalypse and you had to pick three of your teammates to be in your corner, who comes to mind for you? Like, who would you have to have, like, in your corner if that were to happen to the world?
I think I'd have to go with the left guard that plays next to me, Mason McCormick. He's a pretty fiery guy. He's always like in practice, he's always getting in fights and stuff like that. Uh, if we're gonna keep it in the offensive line, maybe Wes, our center. He's actually 6th year. So he's an experienced guy. He's married, so he's pretty mature. He'd probably have some good wisdom to instill upon us. Then one of my other teammates, I'll say offensive line, John Gritzmacher. He's from northern Wisconsin, and he's like really all into hunting and stuff like that. So he'd probably give us some good survival tips.
So yeah, he would be the guy to help out everybody there. I think a lot of people when they look at when they watch you guys play, I mean, very great offense there. One of the things that comes to mind, obviously, blocking for a guy like Pierre Strong. Tell me about you as a run blocker, really just within that scheme in blocking for a talent like him.
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, it's really fun when you have a guy like Pierre back there because he's really great. As long as you're getting on your block and you're moving him downfield, like he has great vision where he can find a cut, and he's a really good zone scheme runner. So like those have really taken off with him.
Great.
On the flip side, the NFL invests more money in quarterbacks than most corporations invest in the entire payroll for their companies. So putting somebody to protect their blind side is pretty important. What's your pass blocking style like? How are you in that? How do you describe yourself to people?
I think I do a really good job of being explosive out of my stance and getting back. I think that's kind of like something like a skill that I have that could really carry over to the NFL. I think, some things I'm getting better on is using my hands better. That's something I've been talking with my coaches with.
Okay. You mentioned earlier recoverability. What are some people that you're going up against that are getting you on your heels a little bit? There's always going to be a challenge no matter what level you're at. Talk to me a little bit about recoverability. What are some people you've gone up against and how have you had to handle that?
Yeah, I think like in 2019, Youngstown had a DN, Justice Reed. I thought he was a guy that had some really good natural power. So I think that was like just having that ability to like anchor and flip your hips. Like that's a guy that helped me out against.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say he was on like some practice squads here and there. So
I think he transferred to Virginia Tech, maybe.
Yeah, he was on Virginia. He was on Virginia Tech for a little bit. So he's a local kid, so I follow him a little bit. So, what were you going to ask, Scott?
No, I was going to ask. So was that when you were on the right side?
Yeah, that was when I was on the right side.
Okay. Anyone you've hit when you've been on the left side?
Oh, on the left side, I thought NDSU, they have a good tight end or defensive end, Spencer Wagee. He's a little bit bigger guy, up around 270. I think he's a guy where you have to be ready to anchor, and I think that's kind of maybe another guy that just more recently that I played against where that would apply.
How'd you handle it? Who won the matchup?
He did get one hit on the quarterback against me, but I think I did pretty good that game.
All right, that's good. I appreciate your honesty.
So, one of the games that I really thought that you held your own, against, your competition there was really this year. I mean, you guys had one of these FCS wins against an FBS opponent in Colorado State. And their talent there on that defensive line, they're not pushovers, they're fighters. So I mean, obviously, one of those guys out there to really push you at least a little bit. What do you feel has been like, I don't know, your most memorable moment there, playing for the Jackrabbits?
I'm gonna have to go with last year in our semifinal game against Delaware, winning that game. That was just really special, like just knowing that we were able to take the program to a place it's never been before. that was cool. I mean, unfortunately, we weren't able to finish it in the national championship game, but it was a really great environment just in the Dana J, and it was a really good memory that I'm gonna have for a long time.
Well, I mean, just to be frank, I mean, I feel like that championship game could have gone either way. I mean, that was a very exciting game to watch. I mean, obviously Sam Houston, they were, the better team that day, but I kid you not, man, like any other day, I felt like you guys had that one in the bag. So, you could get there again for sure. So, um, you got something else for him, Scott?
Well, I'm curious. I mean, it sounds to me like, you've got a little bit of time left in school, potentially another season on top of this one. But if NFL scouts start paying attention to you, Aaron, what is it that you would want to tell them about you? What if, what do you want to tell them about yourself that we can't see when we're looking between the lines on the field?
Oh, I think I'm just gonna be a guy that's gonna take care of my business day in, day out, practice. I'm not gonna do anything to embarrass the team, anything like that. I'm just gonna be stay in my lane and put my nose down and work.
Gotcha. And let's just take a second. I want to get to know you at least a little bit outside of football. Tell me something about yourself. Any hobbies, interests, anything that you find interesting. I don't know. Kind of shoot it our way just for the sake of fun. So tell us something interesting about you.
I don't know. A lot of people think it's amusing that I was a high school tennis player. Um, I don't know. They
Okay,
being they're like a big guy, and it's like, yeah, I can't really picture you on the court, but I was. I played 5 years.
interesting. Do you still play?
Ah, we used to have a backup quarterback on the team that he was also a high school tennis player, so we'd go hit every once in a while, but it's kind of hard to find people to hit with out here, so not too much anymore.
Gotcha. And tell me a little bit about your hometown. I mean, your hometown again, what was it? Minnesota? Is that
Yeah,
where you're from? So, tell me a little bit about your hometown. If we were to go and visit you there, I think it's Chisago? Is that
Chisago.
or
Yeah, Chisago City.
I can't even say it. Like, tell me about your hometown.
Oh yeah, that's a city. It's kind of combined with like some other small towns that are all really kind of flow together as one community. I don't know. It's kind of known for its lakes. There's 5 lakes that are all connected. So like in the winter, like they have like a thing called Celebration Lakes where they like lift hot air balloons off the frozen ice. That's kind of cool. I mean, it's a small town. A lot of people commute down to the cities for work.
Nice. Anything else you got on your end there, Scott? Any other questions?
No, man, I appreciate getting to know you, Aaron. I think you did a great job today, and we're lucky to get a chance to get you during a game week. So thank you for taking the time with us.
Yeah, man, it's been great really getting a chance to know really one of our top, offensive linemen. I mean, I think that each and every year, at least as of late, I mean, it just seems like there's a lot of offensive linemen coming out from the small school level that people are really they want to know a little bit more about. I mean, last year we had somebody drafted, I want to say third round. So we're always trying to get, these guys and they keep pumping them out, all the time. So I do wish you best of luck this upcoming season. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Again, this is Aaron Johnson. He's an offensive lineman out of South Dakota State. Thanks again.